Earl K Sneed of Mavs.com, joined here by Mavs head coach Coach Carlisle. Just going to give you a little synopsis of how day 2 of Mavs training camp went. Coach, one guy that we're hearing a lot about from some of the players is Chris Humphries. He provides a lot of muscle on the block, but he's also sort of working his way back in. To talk about that.
Well, he's kind of been overlooked because he was kind of perceived as a throw-in in the Marion trade from Toronto. But he's a tough physical kid. You know, he's 6'9", 6'10", can shoot the ball with range. He's a knowledgeable player. He knows how to find open areas on the court. And he's an excellent rebounder and, you know, a good screener. So he's the kind of guy that is going to play better basketball and he's a better player. And so that's so far been the case. But he's had a productive summer and he's carried that into training camp. And our situation with our bigs is very competitive.
One guy that we're hearing a lot about because of the premise of this team is defense, Shawn Marion. And a lot of people saying because he's coming over and his versatility is allowing him to do a lot more defensively. Just talk about what he's able to do on the court and how that changes what you're able to do defensively.
Well, when you add that kind of a supreme athlete, you know, with length and real, just phenomenal quickness to your team, it's gonna improve you defensively before you even step on the floor, you know. So, but he's been great, you know, the first 3 practices, and you know, I just see us being able to do some different type things. His quickness will allow us to do some more switching at times. His anticipatory, you know, instincts are going to allow us to do some more trapping and creative things defensively. And when you have that kind of quickness, you got to take advantage of it. So, you know, he's been real good, and he's going to help us a lot.
A lot of guys, some of the returning players are saying this is the most talent, the most athleticism this team has had since the 2006 finals team. Is that what you're seeing? A unit that can get out and run and also share the ball. A lot of guys can put the ball in the basket.
Well, that was a hope headed into the summer, and you know, I was thrilled at the things we were able to do in terms of moves and personnel, and you know, now we've got to put it together, and you know, we've got to have a hard, productive training camp and develop, you know, some real team toughness on one hand. But you know, we want to also get everybody through healthy, you know, and unscathed. So, you know, this time of year is an important time of the year.
And one guy that's out here, a friend of yours, a former teammate, was Kevin McHale, a legendary player, probably the greatest post moves ever. What is he bringing to camp that's helping, of course, the local post players, but also some of the younger guys that aren't used to being in the NBA or anything?
Well, you know, our guys know who he is. Not all of them are old enough to have played against him or have even seen him play that much. But these guys know he's a Hall of Famer, that he was a multiple championship winner. I was fortunate to play with him up in Boston for 3 finals, 3 years, and won it in '86. So, you know, he and I go back a long way. He's an excellent teacher of the game. He's working with our big guys. You know, he spoke to our team on opening night, you know, just a little bit about the championship experience and some of the things that go into it from his perspective from the old days, you know, and I think our guys really appreciate him being here. And my feeling is that, you know, he'll be back in coaching again at some point soon, if he chooses to, you know. It's great for us because anytime you can have an all-time great player helping your guys in an area where he was maybe the greatest of all time, like you mentioned, you know, it's a real asset.
A lot of teams got better in the West. Just want to hear your feelings about the elite teams in the West and what the Mavs have to do to get over the hump and reach those NBA finals.
You know, we've all got the same goal. We're all trying to win it. You know, we're trying to get to the finals and get a shot again. But the mission is going to be more important for us than the goal, because you know, accomplishing the mission is going to enable us to get a chance to be champions, and that's going to be to get better defensively. I mean, you've heard me say it I don't know how many times in 2 days, and you know, I'm going to keep saying it. We're going to keep working on it, because the more stops that we can get, it helps our offense. And the stats show that if you're a middle-of-the-road defensive team like we were last year, it doesn't translate to ultimate success. So the defensive end of the floor is going to be key for us.
You heard it from the head man himself, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle. I'm Earl K Sneed with Mavs.com, coming to you from training camp.